What's going on, everyone? I hope you're having a great day. It's Monday. It's beautiful weather outside. I hope that you've been able to stay safe. I hope that you haven't been hit with no COVID, or that anything what's going on with the whole protest hasn't affected you in a negative way, and that we can see the true meaning behind the protest, that we can see what's really trying to get exposed, and not be distracted and confused and manipulated with all the media and all the riots and everything that's pulling away from the actual true meaning of what they're protesting about: equality, right? And that we're all equal, and that we all deserve to be treated equal. We're not seen different in God's eyes. There's not different levels. There's not all this different classes, right? God sees us as children. And so the protests, so many people have been talking about it and asking, like, what's my opinion, and talking about, like, what do you think about it? And I understand it. I understand when there's so much anger and there's so much pain and there's so much just boiling up underneath, that when it explodes, it's hard to control it. And you got people out there that are capitalizing from it. You got people out there that are taking advantage of it, and they're going out doing what they want to do because they really don't care about the message. They only care about themselves, and they only care about what they can get. And they just want to destroy stuff, or they just want to steal stuff, or they just want to cause problems for everybody else, because they don't truly care about equality. They don't truly care about justice. They don't truly care about helping people. They're just about themselves. But don't let that side, don't let that group pull you away from seeing the deeper meaning, seeing what needs to be exposed, seeing what the big picture is here. How our minds have been so manipulated and so brainwashed to think that there's different levels, that there's different classes, right? That there's just true leaders, that there's just born leaders and born successful and born all this, and that now it matters what color you are. And you've been so manipulated to think this. And when you're manipulated and you've been brainwashed to think that it's the color of your skin that's going to help you succeed, you can't see past it. You can't see past it. So no matter how much you want equality, no matter how much you protest, no matter how much you riot, if you can't change your mindset, if you can't change your belief, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you right back where you were before. And it's going to get you even in a worse situation than you probably were before. Because, hey, there's some stuff that's coming from all this riots and all these different things. The land that's burned, the buildings that are gone, the businesses, the houses, all the damage. Hey, there's going to be consequences for that. And so these people who are destroying it for everybody else and pulling away from the message of actually what you're trying to talk about, they're going to make you suffer the consequences right along with them. But you have to figure out how to change your mindset, because your mindset is what's pulling you in this direction. Your mindset is only taking you so far, and then it's blocking you off. And we can't figure out, why do I think this way? Why do I feel this way? Why do I believe these things that I've been told for all this time? It doesn't seem true. It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem real. That's because it isn't. That's not how it was truly set up. That's not how this world was created. That's not the command that we were given. And that's not how God sees us. We've let people and man control the story. We've let them control the mindsets, and we've let them brainwash us for thousands of years through politicians, through pastors, through religious leaders, through organizations, through new laws, through all these things. We've let it manipulate and brainwash and control us into believing we're nothing and that we cannot achieve anything. And there's just some people who are just destined for greatness and people who are destined to have it all. And there's just born leaders and I'm just a follower. No, that is such a lie. That is such a lie. That comes from Greek theology, Greek philosophy, that people are just born a leader. People are just born to succeed. And if you look a certain way, you don't get nothing. If you act a certain way, you don't deserve anything. If you have these characteristics, you are destined to be a slave, and these are destined to be leaders. That's a lie. But we've believed it. We don't even understand that in America, we're still controlled and ruled by Greek philosophy. Greek and Roman philosophy still control us today, and we don't even know it. We think it's the truth. We think that's leadership. We believe these lies because they've been spoon-fed to us. Your parents were told them, your grandparents were told them, your great-grandparents were told them, so on and so forth. And so what they do, they taught you the same exact lies. They taught you the same exact beliefs because their philosophy was already manipulated, so they can only teach you a manipulated philosophy. They can't teach you something greater if they can't see that they've been lied to. That's why probably like a week ago, I posted about a true leader. If you want to change, you got to erase everything that you've learned. Now, I got some pushback, people saying, well, you can't erase everything you learn. And hey, sometimes you've been taught great things. And yes, you have. And obviously it's impossible to erase your mindset. But you really need to step back and look at, where do I get my philosophy from? Where have I got my thinking from? Where are my beliefs from? And start breaking it down and thinking and seeing, is this truth or is this lies? Is this actual truth that I'm supposed to be believing that God set up this way? Or is this lies that I've been used to control, right? People use them to control me. And so you really need to sit back and think about it. Because everybody is born a leader. Everybody, right? And you might say, well, if everybody's a leader, who's the followers, right? Who's going to follow? If you have that mindset, that right there shows you have a corrupted, toxic slave mindset. And that's been passed down to you. That's been ingrained to you by schools and by churches and by politicians and by society. And you believe it. Because no, you're not supposed to be some follower. You're supposed to be a leader. We're all going to lead in different areas. We're all going to have our purpose and lead in that purpose. You were not created to just follow somebody. But most leaders nowadays aren't true leaders. They're just manipulators. They play to your emotions. They rile you up, right? They get you to believe something. They play on all those hurt feelings that you have inside. They know you want to be great. They know you want to be successful. They know you want to be amazing. They know you want to raise the bar and raise the level. And so they placate to that and they rile you up and they get you to think that you can do everything, anything. And they just pump you up and you get all this energy. And then 2 days later, you're right back to where you were before, unsuccessful, broken, hurting, just wanting to give up. Well, why do you get that way? Because they never talk to you about your mindset. They never actually even helped you figure out, why do I have this mindset? How did I get here? What's the truth? And it's sad to see because politicians aren't helping, pastors aren't helping, teachers aren't helping, parents aren't helping, right? They're not teaching you what you need to know. They're not showing you this mindset of you are not a leader. You are not born for greatness. You are not born to succeed. You are not born with your purpose inside of you. Those are lies. Those are lies that were used thousands of years ago to control people, to get them to give up hope, give up passion, give up drive. They were used for that. And over these past couple of thousands of years, they've gotten good at it, and we believed it, and it's been so ingrained in us, we can't think outside of it. That's why you look at all these books about leadership and says, think outside the box, change your mindset, right? Think this, think this, think this. Well, why do they keep talking about that? Because they know if you don't change your philosophy, you won't be able to actually succeed. They know it, but they don't give you the steps to help you. Because most leaders are afraid if they give you what they have, then you'll pass them. They're so worried about losing their followers, right? What does everybody want nowadays? Instagram followers, YouTube followers, Facebook followers, followers. I just want to have followers because that's what makes me famous. When so many people are following me. Followers do not make you a leader. They do not make you famous. They do not make you great. What it shows is that you are a massive manipulator. That's what it shows. Because if those followers aren't turning into leaders, if they aren't out there changing the world, if they aren't out there making a difference in what they're called to do, you did not lead them, you manipulated them. So you really need to look and see, who am I following? Who do I pay attention to on social media? Whose videos do I watch? And is it helping me change and become the leader that I was born to become, and that I was destined to be, and that I was always had inside of me? Or does it just give me some motivation and emotional pickup and makes me feel good inside? And then once it's over, I'm right back to being down, right back to not feeling like I'm great at anything, right back to I can't succeed, woe is me. Is that how it makes you feel? Is that how the videos you watch make you feel? Or have they been challenging you to say, no, I was destined for greatness. I have it inside of me. I was called to do this. And I'm going to go out there and get it. I'm going to break this slave mentality. I'm going to break this mentality of failure. I'm going to break this curses of just sickness and disease and brokenness and all this. I'm going to break it, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get what I was called to get. Is that what they're helping you do? Only you know. Only you know. And that's where I wanted to do this series on mindset surgery. We need mindset surgery. That's what we need. We don't need more 10 steps. We don't need more religion. We don't need more this. No, we need mindset surgery. We need to look at, where does my mindset come from? Where has my philosophy been established? And is it set up in truth, or is it set up in lies? Because I'm gonna say, probably about 99% of you, your philosophy has been set up in lies and not truth. And you believe that it's true, and this is why you are where you are. This is why you're stuck. This is why you feel like you can't succeed. This is why you are always out there spinning in this circle and going through the same cycle over and over and over and over again. Because your philosophy is established in a lie and not truth. And the people that you listen to, the people that you say are your leaders, they're not leaders, they're manipulators. And they're more about following them. They're more about giving to them. They're more about what you do for them than what they do for you. Leadership is not about power. It's about empowering. Really understand that. Leadership is not about how much power I have. It's about how many people have I empowered. But no, they've got it twisted. They're more worried about their power than empowering. And so what do? They use religion, they use education, they use politics, they use race, they use all these things to tell you, no, you can't do it. No, you're not called to do it. No, you haven't been anointed enough to do it. And they tell you, you need to wait. They tell you, you need to learn more. They tell you, you need to do all these things when they're not sitting there empowering you. They're not saying, let's figure out what you need to change and what mindset that you need to have, and let's give you the tools to go out there and achieve it. So really look at, who do you follow? Really look at, who are your leaders? Really look at, who do I listen to? And really look in the mirror and be honest. Where am I? Am I where I'm supposed to be? Am I heading down the right path? Do I feel like I'm succeeding and I'm heading towards my calling? Or have I just been stuck in the same cycle over and over and over again with different results that just end up in failure and hurt and pain? Be honest. We have to be honest with ourselves. We have to look in the mirror and really see, where's my philosophy come from? Who am I listening to? And am I being led or am I being manipulated? Because if your leaders aren't empowering you, they're not doing anything for you. They're just manipulating you. Because leaders lead from the back. They lead from the behind the scenes, and they empower the people to go out there and change the world. That's where leaders come from, right? So I put no followers, right? Because when you don't know what something is used for or created for, you abuse it. And if you don't know what it actually means, you don't know what it looks like. So you don't even know if you're really following somebody that's an actual leader. You don't know if you're learning from a leader. You have no idea because you don't even know what true leadership is. And you don't even know that they're abusing leadership. And they're saying that it's leadership, but it's really just manipulation because we've never actually really been told what true leadership is. So we have misunderstood it, we have abused it, and we've been deceived. And so this series is all gonna be about mindset surgery. I'm going to break down where your mindset comes from. How was it formed? What was the original state of where your thinking comes in? Because we all think the same way pretty much. We do, because it's all been taught to us in different ways, but it's all the same philosophy. It is. And it's all lies. It's all corruption. So really be honest and say, I want you to think about it. Really, where has your philosophy come from? Where did it get established? And is it truth or is it lies? Can you back it up? Can you see where Jesus said this? Or is this something that a man told you? Is this something that a man said was right? But you can't even find it in what Jesus's wording is. Or was they manipulating Jesus's words? About past 1700 years, religion and the world have come together and they've partnered and they've used theology to manipulate you. They've used theology to break your mindset. They've used theology to enslave you. And we believe it. So we really have to see, where does our theology come from? Where does our philosophy come from? And who taught us it? So that's where this is going to be, I don't even know how long this series is going to be, because I'm going to break down so much stuff. I'm going to get deep with this because I'm tired of seeing people not succeed. I'm tired of seeing people just go around and round and round the same cycle. I'm so tired of seeing people commit suicide. I'm so tired of seeing people always argue about the same stuff and out there protesting and rioting over the same things over and over and over again. Obviously, there's a breakdown because it's not getting changed. And the reason it's not getting changed is because the mindset's not changing. We just argue and yell and riot and protest about it, but the mindset's not changing, and so nothing is getting changed. And so until you change you can't change the world. You have to look in the mirror and see, am I changing myself? Or am I just yelling and complaining and talking about something? Am I a talker or am I a doer? That's what you need to look at. So this series, I'm going to break down so much stuff. So much. We're going to get deep, real deep. And I challenge you to message me, to comment. Where is your mindset from? What do you believe? What's your core values? Do you have knowledge and no character? That's what a lot of us have. We have a lot of knowledge, but no character. So, be ready, be prepared. I'm going to shake the tree. I'm going to ruffle feathers. I'm going to cause people to get upset and yell and probably curse at me and call me a whole bunch of names and all these things, because I'm going to challenge their core beliefs. I'm going to challenge their philosophy. I'm going to challenge your theology. And I'm going to see, do you have truth or do you have lies? You better be ready. I hope you're ready. And I hope you stay with me the whole time to see I have your best interest at heart. I don't care about my power. I care about your power. I want you to be empowered to change the world like you were called to do. God bless. Have a great night. Please, 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 please remember what you're doing for. Please remember. Please help the world, not help yourself. Change the world and change yourself. Have a good night.